I'm from Lake City, Minnesota, and I was pregnant in 2011, due to have a baby in November, which came early, so October 18th he came. But, you know, I worked for a small chiropractic business, had discussed with the chiropractor slash owner that I had plans to nurse my baby. Didn't seem like it was going to be a problem. So after having the baby, I returned to work 5 weeks later, which was actually the week of Thanksgiving. So I worked 2 days and then had the rest of the week off. But when I came into work Monday morning, I came in extra early and set everything up so that I could, when I got a chance, run back, go in, get her done, and get out. So Monday morning, I let him know kind of what the baby's schedule was, and that I was hoping to try to pump sometime in between, you know, sometime around those times. And when I said it to him, he was at his desk and he just looked up at me and he said, "And exactly how long is that going to take?" And I said, 15 minutes, maybe 20 max. He didn't say anything, but I got a not so good feeling that it might be a problem for some reason. So I walked out. First thing I did was I sent a text to my doctor, and I said, "Do you know anything about pumping laws in Minnesota?" He sent me a text back, because I knew my doctor knows everything. So he does. So he sent me a quick text back that just said, you know, they're required to give you a clean space to pump, other than a bathroom, and a reasonable amount of time to pump. And then he also said something about employers with less than 50 employees might be exempt. Actually, he didn't say might, he said are exempt. So that was what he sent to me. So instantly I got a little worried because it was a very small chiropractic clinic. It was actually just myself. There were 2 of us from time to time. But anyway, so I decided to go ahead and take all my work into the room with me when I did my thing. So I answered the phones, I scheduled patients, I did all that. I had a nice expensive pump, so I could do that with one hand and everything else with the other. So anyway, so I, you know, worked my couple days that week and went off and had my Thanksgiving, and Sunday night I got a phone call where he decided to tell me that he decided he wasn't going to let me pump at work. Said that he is not required to do that. He's decided that he's not going to let me do that, and that I could do it on my lunch break, but not during business hours. So the conversation did not go all that well that night. I told him that I thought I had rights. I told him I was going to check into the rights. I told him that general labor laws state that I get a short break every 4 hours that I work anyway. So guess what? I'm going to take my pumping breaks on those breaks, if need be. He also decided to tell me that my body would adjust. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He said, I'm telling you as a doctor, your body will adjust. Yeah. So I went into work the next day, and he had a law printed out ready for me, and then called me back in his office and said, "I've decided based on our conversation that I'm going to let you go." So he let me go that day. Then, you know, it was devastating. Never been let go from a job before, and I started checking into the laws. Actually, I applied for unemployment, and he ended up lying, and I got denied unemployment. I fought it and won, but went 2 months without any, you know, any money. So I had no wages at all for a couple months. But anyway, I ended up finding gender justice. I have no idea how. I had called the general labor laws I called the Department of Labor trying to figure out what exactly my rights were. And the girl that I ended up speaking to just happened to say, "You know, I got to tell you, I'm a law student, and he can't do that to you, and you need to do something about it. So I did.
Yay!
So I did.
Mary Jo, ever practical, wants to know, did you guys win? Well, Tara's case has been resolved, is what we can say.
Woohoo!
But the issue with the statute has not been resolved, as Representative Khan, I know, I could see out there. We need to fix that law because there's actually no enforcement mechanism. The only reason someone brought a lawsuit for Tara on using the Minnesota statute that says, as she correctly told you, that you need to provide, an employer needs to provide a space and a time. Very brief and very minimal, but they need to do it. For women who want to express milk, they put, and I talked to just Ellen Anderson about this just a couple of weeks ago, that they were aware they weren't putting in a remedy into that statute because that's what they needed to do to get it passed. And we all know that's how legislation works. Well, we're going to work on that this year as part of this package.
Hear, hear.